Fox 40 News at 5:30 begins right now.
I adjourn this meeting.
School officials doing an about-face regarding the student expelled for having hunting guns near campus. That student is being allowed to return to school after the Glenn County Board of Education reversed his expulsion.
This case, of course, has attracted national attention. Lonnie Wong joining us now to tell us what the decision means for this student and the school. Lonnie?
Donna, ever since 16-year-old Gary Tudesko was expelled last November, people in Glenn County have been outraged at school officials for going too far. Today's decision was applauded by a community that has a long history of hunting and gun rights.
Catherine?
Yes.
Gail?
Yes. It was a unanimous decision saying Gary Tudesko should be allowed to go back to school.
I adjourn this meeting.
Last November, he parked his truck on this public street next to WILLOWS High School after an early morning duck hunting trip. Inside were his unloaded shotguns and ammunition.
Gary didn't seem like he was going to go shoot anybody or anything like that. He just made a mistake.
But it was the last in a series of 24 school violations and suspensions, including using racial slurs against teachers and students. Even those who disapprove of Gary's reputation in the classroom agree with the Board of Education's decision, saying that WILLOWS High School officials went too far.
I knew that he was a bad kid, but I didn't think that he should be expelled.
I think that's really the only thing they had on me, and that they couldn't get me for the guns.
I'm not pleased with this decision.
School principal MORT GEIVETT says history has shown that guns at schools can lead to tragedies.
This type of decision clearly is not in the best interest of my kids and the kids in this county.
But Gary's supporters say the punishment didn't fit the crime.
At a certain point, there needs to be some common sense to tell the difference between a good kid and a bad kid.
The lesson for Gary?
That I'm not going to take school for granted, and I need to grow up and take advantage of school.
Despite Gary Tudesko's legal victory, his attorneys say today's decision doesn't set any legal precedent regarding gun rights because it's a school board action, not a court ruling.
Lonnie, even with that, the debate rages on, and in this evening's Viewer's Voice, we want to know what you think of the school board's decision to overturn the expulsion of Gary Tudesko. Call us 916-349-4229 or email us at voice@fox40.com. We'll run some of these a little bit later in the newscast.